All right, hello and a very good evening to you. Special thanks for joining us tonight. It feels so great to have you yet again. Choose us to bring you up to speed with the latest stories making headlines in the country. I hope your Friday is turning out nicely, just as mine is. Or as the Gen Zs will say, I hope your Friday is Fridaying indeed. And because it is, let's get the stories tonight. And we begin on a sad note, where 15 people have died after a gold mine collapsed in the Ramos area of Kachaliba constituency in West Pokot County. The victims were among dozens of miners working at the gold mine on Thursday evening when the shaft caved in, trapping workers beneath the debris. Rescue teams raced against time on Friday amid fears that more miners could still be trapped underground, as authorities worked to account for all those who had been inside the mine at the time of the collapse. West Pokot Governor Simon Kachapin has linked the incident to illegal gold miners engaging in mining activities in part of Ramos in Pokot North sub-county.
Itika kwa ile janga imefanyika kule Ramos, sehemu ya Morita. Jana usiku tulipata habari kwamba watu wamefunikwa na hiyo mikodi mahali wamekuwa wakijimba mambo ya gold, na idadi kamili ya wale wamefariki, idadi kamili bado hatujapata.
Tumepata accident jana kwa kutoka huko Morita, mawe alituangukia na watu wengi alikufia hapo, lakini wengine tu watu wachache ndio wamepona hapo, lakini wengine wengi wamekufa.
5 patients waliletwa in English ama Kiswahili. So 5 patients were brought in yesterday evening after being involved in a gold mine accident. 4 men and one female patient. 2 of them had severe crash injuries and had to have emergency surgeries, including amputations and toileting of the wounds. And one of them had a suspected head injury and also is due to be taken to theatre for repair of the lacerations. And also today we also have 2 more who have degloving injuries. We'll be doing toileting and washout of the wounds. Yeah.
Kwamba serikali kuu as policy makers, they are the one who are supposed to lead, because the work of ensuring that safety for mining or mining which is legal rests on the national government.
Indeed, quite a sad turn of events there in Pokot, and we send our condolences to all the families that have lost their loved ones. Let's now cross gears now to matters politics, and President William Ruto says his government has tried to address insecurity issues in Laikipia County. Addressing the residents during his tour of the county, President William Ruto issued a warning to cattle rustlers that are still in Mukogodo Forest to leave or else be dealt with family. The head of state further noted that the government has rebuilt 15 schools in the county that had been affected by insecurity. Our colleague Alice Diana tells us more.
Mheshimiwa Rais anaandamana na naibu wa rais.
President William Ruto has issued a stern warning to cattle rustlers that are still in Mukogodo Forest in Laikipia County to leave or else they will be dealt with. Speaking in Laikipia County, Ruto noted that his government has dealt with most cattle rustlers who are causing insecurity in the county, and only few are remaining in the Mukogodo Forest.
Wale wakora walikuwa wanatusumbua hapa na mambo ya insecurity, nimepambana na wao kiasi. Kuna wachache wamebaki, lakini mimi nawapatia ilani nikiwa hapa Laikipia leo. Wale watu wamebaki wakizunguka hapa hasa Mukogodo Forest hapa. Si mnajua niko na watu ambao naweza kufieka hawa. Hawa watu wako Mukogodo Forest. Mwambie watoke kwa forest. Otherwise wakikaa hapo kwa forest watakutana na mimi.
Ruto also revealed that the government has constructed 15 schools in the area that were affected by insecurity, even as he announced 5 more modern schools will be built.
Mimi niliwaeleza watu wa Laikipia ya kwamba wakati tunapanga mambo yale mengine yote, Kuna mashule hapa kwa sababu ya insecurity ilipata matatizo. Kuna mashule kama 15 tayari tumejenga. Nataka nimwambie Bwana Mariro, ile tuko na mashule, nataka uongeze mashule 5 ingine ya watu wa hapa North. Tutafute milioni 60 tuwajengee mashule ingine 5 ya kisasa ndio watoto wao wapate mahali ya kusoma.
During the development tour, the president also laid the foundation stone for the Doldol Huduma Center in Laikipia North constituency, inspected Starehe Affordable Housing Project, and the construction progress of Sipili Ol Moran Road in Laikipia North constituency.
Mjumbe wenu aliniambia mkitaka ID mnaenda na nyuki. Mkitaka sijui kipande mnaenda na nyuki. Mkitaka birth certificate mnaenda na nyuki. Sasa leo mimi nimekuja kuanzisha Huduma Center hapa. Na hiyo Huduma Center, nimekubaliana hiyo Huduma Center miezi 3. Hiyo Huduma Center imekamilika, nilete wafanyikazi.
Deputy President Kithure Kindiki, who had accompanied his boss, urged Laikipia residents to re-elect him in 2027 following the developments he had done in the region.
Munasema nyinyi ni watu ya tuta kwa Rais William Ruto kwa sababu anatujengea barabara ya kutoka Nanyuki mpaka hapa Doldol, kwa sababu ya soko ambayo anatuletea na 20 million ya shule yetu ya Doldol, na wale walimu wanaenda kutuajiria. Aendelee asiendelee? Ni fire si fire?
Alice Diana, Hope TV Newswatch.
Indeed, thank you so much, Alice Diana, for that report. And the Democracy for Citizens Party, DCP, has officially dispatched its highly anticipated nomination materials to Olkalau constituency ahead of the party primaries slated for Saturday, May 9th, 2026. That is tomorrow, signaling the aggressive commencement of a massive political battle to capture the parliamentary seat that was left vacant by the late David Kiaraho. 9 candidates have so far expressed interest in the party ticket. The party has reiterated its commitment to free and fair primaries and called upon aspirants, agents, and supporters to uphold peace, unity, and discipline throughout the exercise. The ruling UDA party also conducted its party primaries today, despite low voter turnout that has been attributed to voter misinformation. Now, it emerges that some voters had been misled that taking part in the UDA elections would bar them from participating in the DCP party primaries, information which election officials termed as false. The by-elections will be held on Thursday, July 16th, 2026.
Mimi ndiye Secretary General wa chama ya DCP. Nashukuru sana kwa media na wananchi kwa kufika. Tumekuja kwa kujiandaa kwa primaries zetu tuko nazo kesho za chama. Kwa hii kiti ya Olkalau. Tuko prepared. With us here tuko na all our 8 aspirants wamekuja wote ku witness tukifungua masanduku zetu na ballot papers.
Majina ni Peter Mongi Karanja, mmoja wa wagombeaji kiti cha ubunge wa Olkalau, na siku ya leo tuko hapa katika tallying center na ili kuweza kushuhudia voting materials zikiwa zimeletwa hapa.
Tumekuja hapa Olkalau kwa minajili ya kukuwa na kura za chama ndani. Kwanza kabisa ningewashukuru watu wote wa Olkalau, wamejitolea kwa hali na mali. Tuko na watu waliojitolea zaidi ya 500, hata tujui tuwafanyie nini. Wamejitolea katika mirengo zote za kutusaidia kwa kupiga picha, kupiga kura, kutusaidia kuelekeza watu, kusaidia kusafirisha watu. Watu wa Olkalau tunawapenda sana kama chama. Tunaomba mzidi kutushikilia.
The Orange Democratic Movement ODM party has dismissed growing speculation over the whereabouts and well-being of party leader Dr. Oburu Oginga following his recent prolonged absence from public engagements. The party's Director of Communication, Philip Etale, assured supporters that Dr. Oburu is in stable condition and remains actively involved in party matters. As Test Jenga reports, ODM youth leaders have on the other hand castigated Senator Edwin Sifuna and Embakasi East Member of Parliament Babu Owino of undermining party unity.
Following his perceived disappearance from party and public engagement lately, Orange Democratic Movement party leaders have allayed concerns over their party leader Oburu Oginga's health. Kenyans on social media had raised concerns over the health of Oburu, who famously calls himself youth leader, prompting widespread discussion. Some videos circulating online showed Oburu playing golf in Kisumu, apparently in good health, as he explained he was okay.
Concerns about my whereabouts. I'm here in Kisumu, very buoyant and up and about playing golf. And I want to wish all of you a very, very happy.
Addressing the media at the party headquarters, ODM Director of Communication, Philip Etale, has said that Oburu is okay, dismissing queries by local dailies on his whereabouts.
The party leader is very okay, he's fine. And you know, when people start questioning about the whereabouts of somebody, that tells you how important that person is, isn't it? So we take pride in that. We are very happy that our party leader continues to attract news. He's becoming one source of news that everyone wants to look up to, and we want to assure you that he is very okay. And tomorrow we'll be seeing him somewhere in the alma mater of his late father, speaking and roaring.
The clarification is expected to ease concerns among supporters, many of whom had taken to social media seeking information about the veteran politician. Etale's sentiments were echoed by youth leaders in ODM led by political activist Casmuel Makoure, who accused Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna and Embakasi East Member of Parliament Babu Owino of undermining party unity.
There's a roadside faction ambao wanajaribu kucheza na chama cha ODM. Wamesema kwamba chungwa imepasuliwa katikati, wamesema kwamba chama kimeuzwa, si ndio? Hao watu kwanza hakuna mtu aliyofukuza kwa chama. Hata wakienda hizo ground wanajiita kama watu chama wa ODM. Kuanzia leo na tumesikia pia wakisema ODM imekufa, wajiuzulu waende watafute mandate mpya kutoka kwa wananchi, si ndio?
They also dismissed chances of talks with former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, adding that they are firmly in the broad-based government.
The ODM is very clear. Hatutafanya kazi na wakabila. Hatutafanya kazi na hatuogopi kuwataja majina. We will not negotiate with Rigathi Gachagua. Tukiona Daktari Oburu ameamua kwenda kunegotiate na Rigathi, hapo sasa sitakuwa tumepotea kama chama. Our partner katika the first negotiations ni nani? Ni William Samoei Ruto. Huyo ndio tutaanza mazungumzo na yeye. Mtu yoyote mwenye anajaribu kutuambia tuende wapi au wapi, hatutaenda. Hatutafanya kazi na hao wa kabila. Kama wanafikiria ni hapo, wajiondoe, lakini sisi hapa hatubanduki kama vijana.
The latest developments highlight growing debate within ODM over its relationship with the Kenya Kwanza government ahead of the 2027 elections.
Of negotiations of our party.
Reporting for Newswatch, I'm Tess Jenga.
That report by Tess Jenga brings us into some matters. Health and health facilities contracted by SHA will now be forced to install biometric kits to curb the runaway fraud that has seen the country lose millions of shillings. According to Health Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale, over 5,000 facilities have been supplied with biometric machines, with another 3,000 facilities to be equipped by next week, amidst continued cries by patients over poor services by the medical scheme. Speaking on the sidelines of engagements with Kenya National Union of Teachers, NAT, in Naivasha, Duale assured teachers that they will no longer be required to give out pocket payments when visiting health facilities following robust engagements between teacher unions and SHA.
I want to sound to the Kenyan people that you can see the volume of teachers we have served in 5 months. As of today, we have served 43,000 teachers. So our system is real time. And we have agreed that going forward, all the outstanding issues, from the last expense to ex gratia, to the availability of IVF facility, to overseas treatment, to the where a teacher requires emergency. All those issues we have addressed. We have asked teachers to be our ambassadors, and every teacher in our country must download Afya Yangu. Because when you download Afya Yangu, we want, together with the teachers' fraternity, to protect the benefits teachers and the government of Kenya has paid for, from the Mwalimu Kafa to the chief to PhD.
The elephant in the house in this profession has been the operations of SHA. So we came together, as the CEO has said, and each and every bit of explanation has been given to areas that had gaps. My people today have the knowledge, and they are going to give the same knowledge to the grassroots leadership of Kenya National Union of Teachers, that is the branch executive committees, who in turn shall feed the same information to school representatives who are the last or the least accredited officers of this great union. So all is now well.
Time for us to take our first short commercial break right here on tonight's edition of Hope TV's Newswatch. See you on the other side with more stories. Don't touch that dial.
Hi, my name is Sharon Aitore Wangenya. Thank you so much for being one of our viewers. We truly honor you and appreciate you. We'd love to know how you're receiving us, how your reception is in terms of the quality of the video and the audio as well. So please scan this QR code and give us your feedback. Thank you and God bless you.
All right, thank you so much for sticking with us. Let's move on. And residents of Nanyuki town in Laikipia County are set to benefit from improved water supply following the completion of a new water intake project in Mount Kenya Forest that has increased daily water supply by 6 million liters. At the same time, in Bungoma County, youths have been urged to use digital platforms responsibly to create employment opportunities during the launch of a digital resource center in Bukembe West Ward. Dolly Mwirigi Mbuvi now brings us up to speed with details in the county roundup.
Water rationing in Nanyuki town and its surrounding areas in Laikipia County could soon become history following the completion of the Nanyuki Bulk Water Common Intake Project. Speaking during the launch of the piping works for Phase 3 of the project, Governor Joshua Irungu said the town has continued to rely on old water infrastructure despite rapid population growth, resulting in weekly water rationing. The project, financed through a bank loan facility advanced to the Nanyuki Water and Sewerage Company, has added 6 million liters of water per day to the existing supply.
Na kwa hivyo tukatengeneza bawa, tukatengeneza ile kitu tunaita a common water intake, ile haijawahi kufanywa katika nchi yetu kwa muda. Na kwa hivyo tukachukua hiyo nafasi kupitia pesa ya kukopa na tukafanya common water intake. Ile tumesaidia hata kaunti zingine, tumesaidia kaunti ya Nyeri, tumesaidia kaunti ya Meru, ya kwamba tumewashia gate ile wanaweza pata maji na wapeleke kwa projects zao. Na kwa hivyo yetu tuko na maji tunaleta Nanyuki, na kwa hivyo kupitia huo mradi tumeleta maji zaidi ya milioni 6 kwa kila siku, ile itakuwa inaingia Nanyuki. Kwa hivyo hiyo maji.
In Bungoma County, youth have been encouraged to avoid misuse of social media and instead embrace digital platforms for economic empowerment. During the launch for a digital resource center established by the area MCA, Bungoma Governor Kenneth Lusaka said the facility marks a new beginning for youth empowerment and economic growth.
Tunataka vijana wale watakuja hapa kutumia center hii watumie kutafuta nafasi za kazi, watafute watumie kufanya vitu ambavyo vitawapatia manufaa katika maisha yao. Hatutaki vijana wakuja hapa kutumia kutuzi wengine ama kutuzi viongozi. Hiyo itakuwa lengo ambalo tuliweka hii senda hapa. Kwa hivyo want them wakuje iwasaidie kupata kazi na kuangalia nini inaendelea katika ulimwengu wetu wa sasa.
And still in Bungoma County, more than 6,000 coffee farmers from Chesikaki and Mount Elgon constituency have received coffee seedlings from a national government in effort aimed at strengthening coffee farming in the region. The farmers praised the initiative, saying it will help increase acreage under coffee cultivation, improve the quality of produce and transform livelihoods if the sector receives sufficient support.
Penda niombe wakulima wetu wafanye hesabu vizuri, kwa sababu unapopeleka kahawa, unapofanya makendo kupeleka kahawa Uganda, kahawa inapimwa kwa njia mbaya, na unapoangalia wakulima wetu hufanya hasara. Kwa hivyo wafanye hesabu vizuri, na sisi nasi kama cooperatives tuhakikishe kwamba tunawalipa wakulima wetu vizuri.
Hii kahawa nimepewa na serikali kuu, niende nipande, watoto wangu huenda wanaweza kupata manufaa kwa hii kahawa. Nashukuru serikali yetu kuu kutuletea hii miji, kwa sababu wakulima wetu tunahitaji hii miji.
Nashukuru factory yetu ya Chesikaki kukupea miche ya kahawa. Tunaamini miaka 2-3 ijayo factory yetu mapato yake itakuwa juu.
Dolly Murikimbuvi for Hope TV.
Many thanks, Dolly Mbuvi, for that report. And police in Meru have arrested 4 suspected illegal migrants during a dramatic multi-agency night raid on an illegal bakery operating under filthy conditions in central Imenti sub-county. The operation, led by DCI officers and public health officials following a public tip-off, uncovered 3 Rwandese nationals, a Burundian suspect, and a local woman working at the bakery in Keria area, and several other workers escaped during the swoop. Now, authorities discovered or described the bakery as unhygienic, with dirty oil, flies, and unsafe processing conditions, despite supplying bread and confectionaries to several trading centers in Kariene Equator, Gakumene, Gitumbine, Meru Town, Makutano, and Nkubu. Police recovered baking equipment and other exhibits as investigations intensify, with detectives now hunting for the foreign owner behind the illegal operation. And now across our borders, Botswana has declared 3 days of national mourning following the death of former President Festus Mogae at the age of 86. Mogae, who led the Southern African nation from 1998 to 2008, is being remembered as a reformist leader who steered Botswana through economic growth and aggressively tackled the HIV and AIDS crisis when infection rates were among the highest globally. The former president also earned international praise for promoting democracy and political stability, including a peaceful transfer of power to successor Ian Khama. Tributes from across Africa continue to pour in, hailing Mogae as a symbol of visionary leadership and good governance.
My country became one of those who was seriously affected by HIV and AIDS. And the saving of the lives of my people became a priority. Priority number 1, in fact, but something for which I had not planned. And therefore, I became involved in that. That's why I became the first African president to be tested publicly, and also ultimately engaged all the major pharmaceutical companies and everybody who knew something about AIDS, and ended up being the first country in Africa to provide antiretrovirals free.
All right, now let's take a look at some matters business. And Airtel Africa posted strong results for the year ended March 31st, 2026, with revenue growth accelerating across its core mobile, data and fintech businesses. Reported revenue increased 29.5% year-on-year to $6.4 billion, while constant currency revenue growth, reached 24%. Profit after tax rose sharply to $813 million from $328 million a year earlier, helped by higher operating profit and foreign exchange gains. Underlying earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation and amortization increased 37.2% in reported currency to $3.16 billion, with the margins reaching 49.3%. Their customer base grew 10.5% to 183.5 million users, while smartphone penetration climbed to 49.5%. Data customers increased 14.8% to 84.2 million, with average monthly data usage rising from 7 GB to 8.9 GB per user. And now it's time for us to play and take a look at what's shaping the world of sports. And Kenya's under-17 women's national team, the Junior Starlets, have begun their training camp in preparation for a crucial two-legged FIFA under-17 Women's World Cup qualifier against regional rivals Uganda. The Starlets advanced to this second round after a dominant 7-1 aggregate victory over Namibia. The upcoming first leg is scheduled for May 22nd at the FIFA Technical Center in Njero, Uganda, with a return match set for May 30th at Nyayo National Stadium in Nairobi.
Uganda ni kama sisi, ni wazuri, wako na nguvu, na hii haitatuogopesha. Pia sisi tunaenda kupigana nao venye watakuja, na tuko na confidence venye tuna train, tunajua tunaenda kufight mpaka mwisho, mpaka venye tutaenda World Cup.
Uganda, they have a good team. When they played against Zimbabwe, they also won away and home. So they are very aggressive. They have speedy players. So we are training our players to be able to tackle such players that if you're playing against an aggressive team and speedy players, how do you overcome that? So the mentality we're creating for our players is to ensure that they're able to adapt that as compared to previous matches against Namibia. It was a bit slow.
The Ministry of Defense has stepped in to rescue stalled stadium projects in Kericho and Bomet counties, with plans now underway to fast-track the completion of Kiprugut Chumo, Kapkatet and Bomet stadiums, the projects which had stalled for years. Despite millions of shillings being spent, are now expected to be completed within 6 to 9 months. At Kiprugut Chumo Stadium in Kericho, terraces will be demolished and rebuilt, the football pitch redesigned and the running track expanded from 6 to 8 lanes to meet international standards.
Then we can work on a different design, 10,000 seater, but then upwards in terms of terraces. And since the work has already started, some work has already been done, so we have also agreed with the contractor that within the next 6 months, under the supervision of the Ministry of Defense, the contractor shall deliver the stadium at Kapkatet.
This morning we were in Bomet. We are starting a new stadium that starts immediately and will be completed in 9 months under our supervision. We went to Kapkatet. We will be working with my colleague PA Sports. We are going to take over Kapkatet and it will be delivered under 6 months. We are here just to review what is happening here at Kericho Green Stadium. We are going to redesign the stadium. We are going to remove the current terrace that you see and do new terraces and rework the field and the running track so that we provide 8 lanes in the standard they should be.
Contractors that are given jobs and they do substandard work, we should not entertain them. And this challenge is not only in the stadia sector. We have such contractors in the roads. We've had to re-advertise. Just this week, we are doing recarpeting of close to 100 kilometers of tarmac. This one from Mainamoi to Tisalia and from Brook all the way to Fort Tenant via Londiani and Chepseon because of shoddy work that was done by contractors. So as a country, we need to set the standards, and I think that's a challenge to us, especially those of us that are in parliament.
All right, 30 minutes past the top of the hour. We close it at that. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your views and even your reviews on our social media platforms. We appreciate your valued company. My name is Theo Macharia. On the sign language interpretation desk was Boniface Morathi. And right about now, we leave you into the dancing shoes of DJ Kavid. God bless, and remember, there is nothing that is too hard for the Lord. Good night, and see you again next week.